These the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean bare
Hi, my name is Megan Mason. I'm a part of the Hospitality, Travel, and Tourism class. For spring break, we went to Walt Disney World and we were part of the YES program. Our spring break started on March 12th. We were there for about 4 days. We ended up leaving here on the Saturday at 3 a.m. We got to the airport and we landed in Orlando at 10:30. We got to our hotel around noon. We were staying at the Port Orleans French Quarter Hotel. From there, we went to Magic Kingdom, and at Magic Kingdom, we were able to experience the Disney's Extra Magic Hours, which gives people staying on Disney property extra time in the park with shorter lines and just less of a crowd, so you're better to experience things.
Hi, my name is Donald Brandy. I'm a sophomore here at Nichols College, and I'm a hospitality major. This spring break, I was privileged enough to go to Disney World with my travel and tourism class. It was one of the best opportunities I've had here at Nichols. Day 3, we went to Epcot. We started our day off at 6 a.m. with breakfast at the hotel, and then went out and met the vans to go to Epcot. We were there at sunrise before the park opened, which was one of the most incredible things I've ever experienced. From there, we entered the park and met our leaders for the YES program, where we broke off and did different activities. This day, we learned about teamwork and the significance of teamwork, and how teams work effectively together. Through this, we learned about communication, and in one of the scenarios that we learned lack of communication can destroy a team. Some of our group members weren't allowed to talk to each other, and some of us were. Through this, our team suffered dramatically, and it was really a valuable resource to see how communication plays a major part in all aspects of working together. After the program finished that day, we were able to meet the director of the YES program. This was a very cool experience because he just started off at Disney World through his internship. And from there, he grew up the ladder and is now traveling all over the world at the various Disney locations, overseeing many projects and different things. And it's incredible to see how one person can grow so largely just at one company.
Hi, my name's Siobhan. I'm a hospitality major and I'm a sophomore. Day 4 was easily the best day of the entire trip. It was the day we got to go to Magic Kingdom with the classes. So like every other day, we woke up at 6 in the morning, ate breakfast, and then got on the vans outside of the hotel to go. And when we got there, no one was in the park yet. It was completely empty. There was probably like 10 people and they all worked there. We separated into our groups and met our group leaders. For me, this was probably the best day because I loved the person who was facilitating our group. He was just a great time, and it was a very different experience than the past 2 leaders I had. So we got to go into the park, and we immediately walked into Main Street, and it was unreal just seeing like all the buildings and rides and everything with no people. We started out just talking about traditions about Disney, the purpose, why it looks the way it does. And then a woman walked by, and our group leader was like, "Everyone wave and say hi," so we said hi. And it turns out she was one of the founders of Disney's daughter, so her and Walt Disney were very close, and she actually called Walt Disney Uncle Walt, so that was kind of cool to get to meet her. The best things about this day were probably, we got to go on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which normally is like a 2.5 hour long wait, and we literally walked right onto the ride. Also, we got to go out and each of us in our little groups within the group met a different staff member and asked them some questions. And some of the objectives that we covered in class that day, well, it was called the culture of excellence. So we learned about like the importance of giving the guests what they want and how the staff should act, and also about casseroles. We also got to go underground, the basement of Disney World, which was right under Main Street all the way up to the castle, and walk around and see how it operates. So we learned how cast members never walk into work in like their outside clothes. They're always in costume and they're always in role. That as a program for our class to go to Disney, it's a great idea. Everything we learned in the classroom about guest experience, like everything in operations, it all adds up and kind of gives you like a purpose and an understanding of what you're actually learning inside the classroom. And I think it'd be great to continue the tradition of going to Disney World.
After we were able to finish our leadership activities, we were allowed to go backstage and see where all the costumes were made. Each costume is designed individually to fit different kinds of people. As you walk through, you're not allowed to take pictures. It's backstage. It's completely confidential. And right before you get into the costume area, there's a whole section of maybe over 1,000 lockers where each cast member gets to keep all their stuff on a daily basis as they work. Then once we got to turn into the costume room, if you look to one side, there was a bunch of different workers working on each costume. Each costume gets a binder of exactly what it's supposed to look like. As you keep walking through, they have an entire room full of wigs and the makeup room, so the cast members that have to dress up head to toe can go in every morning and they get their makeup done for them. As you keep going along, there's like another section that has costumes from ceiling to floor. Each costume is made in about 20 different sizes. There, the cast members can just go through, and at the end of each aisle is a picture. So they go through and they pick out what their costume is for that day, and then they have to sign it out. Each costume has a chip in it. Therefore, if you don't return something, they're going to know where it is. And if you keep going along in the same direction, they have a bunch of different vending machines, but the vending machines have socks, razors, shaving cream, and just different type of toiletries, so that way people can clean up before work if they have to.
It means no worries for the rest of your day.